Hello everyone, we're in Lidl today here in Dublin, Ireland, and I am going to show you prices of a couple of items right here. Well, first things first, we can see some of the Lidl's specials, and I just wanted to talk about the pans. Be very mindful actually not to buy the non-stick pans. Don't buy them because there's a lot of chemicals in them. So I have actually recently changed some of my own pans, knowing that I actually want to be more mindful about chemicals around my house, and yeah, I actually also changed the toilet paper that I use. I used to buy it in Lidl, and it is really bad quality, and there is a lot of toxins in it. Have a look at my older videos to see which one I was buying in Lidl, and just don't buy it, please. So let's have a look at the rice. Lots of different options, and I'll just kneel down to show you that. Look, $1.35 for a kilo of your long grain rice. What a good value. I know some people buy some bigger bags of rice, but if you have small family or just by yourself, look, $1.35, handy. And also, this was easy cook rice. I think they're all similar price, They're under €1.50. Basmati looks a bit more fancy. The actual packaging is fancier, but also it says matured for 12 months, $2.49. I have enough of rice at home, so I won't be buying any of that. There is no real big objective today during the shopping. There is enough food at home, but there was a need to grab a couple of basics such as eggs. It is a very warm day today in Dublin. We figure it's actually the warmest day of the year, and it's Sunday, so just a nice little combo. Look, as we're here at the chicken and at the meat, there is a need to get a couple of things. I was actually thinking, why not to get some salmon? We could air fry the salmon, or else, do a little, see? You can get yourself a little deal. Actually, you can mix and match here. So you can get 3 salmons for a €9 thing, or you can mix salmon and like prawns and stuff like that. But this is good still for a few days. I believe it's not wild caught. Let's not be funny, right? But look, are we gonna get 3 salmons? I mean, I'm kind of feeling it, Why not, right? For £9. Prawns, I don't know. I don't want them just yet. But if you want something different, there is some duck. Can't see the price. There is always something like mince, like your forever specials. And if you want to save a little bit of money, or you have a larger family to feed and the budget is tight, $2.95 for these Irish chicken thighs. I mean, come on, it's a very good value, It almost makes me want to grab them, which I will. $2.95. I was like, wait, am I speaking for myself? I really am, because it's good to have food readily available, food that you buy for a reasonable price. Yes, buying organic is great and it's fantastic, and let's aim for that, but that doesn't always just happen. This is actually bizarre. There is no door. But what there are some ribs. And you know what? I find it to be not very easy to find like unsmoked, kind of unflavored ribs like that, because you can marinate it yourself, and you can just, you can just make it yourself. Usually it's like already in the marinade, or all the different kind of sauces. It's almost like, it's almost like it's hard to find them. So why not, right? I'm just being a bit hyper vigilant. I don't want people to get annoyed that I'm like in the way or something. So he's like, no problem. Anyhow, so you want some pizza? Lidl have you covered. You want some coleslaw? Lidl also have you covered. We got some organic kale. It was €3 for a lot of purple kale, and we are sorted for veggies that way, we will get some tomatoes, please. Tomatoes are gone. And this morning, like for breakfast, we had some like air fried tomatoes alongside other items. But it's a nice, I really love like kind of grilled tomato, I also was told that it is healthier for us humans, well, us humans, okay, eat the tomatoes that have been actually processed, you know, like cooked up. There's something like that. But why not to get these bananas? We're talking about €1 price tag. If you have little plants, don't forget, right? Sometimes I feel like they're kind of almost like beaten up, you know? It feels like somebody just stomping on those bananas. But you know yourself, banana is an absolute must if you're making a smoothie. As we're not making a big shop, I think we're almost done with our shopping, yeah? However, tomatoes will be quite essential. It is Sunday today and people obviously have been buying food. Today is Mother's Day. Maybe some barbecues and all that were happening. So tomatoes are kind of like, I can't see them basically. Where are the tomatoes? Let's have a look. Apples, we still have some apples at home. One of the things that I buy always organic are apples. You know, like how much are organic apples here? €3 max for 6 apples. That's 50 cents each. That's not much. And apples are on the dirty dozen, means that they're really pumped with like all the toxins. So, well, just like many other things, but you know yourself, at least the dirty dozen you have to buy organic. Or just don't buy those items, you know what I mean? Like some of them are not a must, like strawberries. Strawberries are heavily, what's the word? Not polluted, but pumped with all the toxins. Like, look, there is no tomatoes, so we're not gonna have tomatoes. But on the way home, we might just have a look at a different shop or something. Also, I'm trying not to be too concerned if, like, you know, if one item is missing and I don't need it too much. I'm not getting too kind of hyper focused on that one single item. Hiya. Here you have Heinz and also something else. Heinz $4.99. We can see by the price, isn't it? $4.99 and just $99. Pick whichever you want. Sometimes you want something that is that particular flavor, you know. If you're new to Ireland, ooh, hot wings. Hot wings. There you go. Hot wings, 99 cents. You can marinate your chicken wings yourself, you know. But if you're new to Ireland, or maybe if you're Irish but you haven't tried it, consider trying this Ballymaloo relish, $3.59, 100 grams. That's really, really nice, you know. It's really nice and it's like that special flavor. They're also making crisps in that flavor. So there is also Ballymaloo flavored crisps. But this is coming to an end. I'll stick around for another couple of minutes. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much for visiting really, and let me know what brought you to my channel. Is it you're interested in food in Ireland, or maybe you live here or you're planning to move here? You know what, one of the things that are kind of newly found is that, well, oh, okay. So these ones, $1.79 jambons, you know what? This and a poached egg and a bit of chili flakes. Make yourself a runny egg, it's a treat. But it's one of the things where I don't like to have too much of it at home, because then you're like, oh, maybe a jambon. So yeah, look at the stuff. Some things have been, well, sometimes I like to think in the bigger shops, maybe they just like to kind of like relocate things from one place to another. So you don't really know if they're like fully gone or not or what. It is coming up to Easter, so you see some of the Easter eggs. The checkouts are looking quite busy, so why not to start heading there, paying up for the groceries, and I will be seeing you around. Look after yourselves and bye bye.